The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Go Cowboys! This is Media Mash,
A roundtable of Cowboys insiders
dropping wisdom
and offering sizzling takes
on the current state of your Dallas Cowboys.
Now, your host,
Newy Scruggs.
All right, everybody, Media Mash time. Let's ride. We got Nick Eatman, the originator and ungraded, here with us. You got Clarence Hill, Fort Worth Star Telegram. By the way, Nick writes for DallasCowboys.com. And he also does a show over there, taking your phone calls. He's not taking no calls today. No, that's what. That's for his show. Here he just, drops his knowledge on us. We got the author,
save it.
Jean-Jacques Taylor.
Ooh, the author.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's about to come out. It's about to drop. Coach Prime, The Making of Men, is about to, as you well know as author, you guys both have written books. You all know about you all understand exactly what goes into this.
I got a book. Stop it. Don't be hating. See, you always be hating. Don't try to discount my book. You just said you guys have written books like everybody ain't written books at this table.
I haven't seen it.
That don't mean nothing.
Did you write a book?
Yes.
It's been published.
Yes. What are y'all talking about?
It's a children's book?
Troy Aikman book for the Hall of Fame. What are you talking about? I'm not. I need y'all to stop the drama. That's okay.
Did you get a copy?
No.
Did you get a copy?
That's not the point. Amazon. Amazon.
Thank you for your copy, Nick.
Amazon.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Thank you for your copy.
Amazon. Don't be a hater all your life.
What year was it? You looking it up? What year was it?
Like 2019. 2020.
Never saw it.
Did you write the book, or were you?
I wrote the damn book, boy.
Is it like a collection of stories? Collection of your greatest
I'm not finna do this. I mean,
you brought it up.
Just buoyed me here.
You brought it up there.
I didn't bring it up. I'm just saying. Don't act like just tell it all.
John Feinstein. What was it about again?
Troy Aikman, Game of His Life.
Troy Aikman, Game of His Life.
Yeah.
How many pages was it?
More than your book. Exactly.
Anyway, Nick, I enjoyed your book.
Thank you.
JJT, excellent work as well. One day, if it appears, let me know.
It appears. I got one in my house. Just stop the drama. Don't be a hater all your life. Hey, you know what? Randy Quaid was here today.
Yes, he was. I saw him fly. I saw Cap from Any Given Sunday land here. Chris Beam and I, and we were checking out. He's got his bulldog. He's got an English bulldog, like old Ugga, a little bit, but not white. But like Ugga just came through here. It looks like the Mississippi State bulldog.
Speaking of Randy Quaid.
We can do speaking of.
Hold on. Now.
Speaking of Randy Quaid.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Popcorn eating. No.
Some of us was in the movie with Randy Quaid. Some of us was in the movie.
Remember the movie, The Rookie? I forgot his name. His last name was Morris. What's his first name? Jim? No.
Yeah, Jim Morris. Yeah.
And true story. They shot it here in Arlington. It's unbelievable because, Clarence, you've been in 2 seconds of a movie, and they got you nailed perfectly. You are like eating popcorn, and you're spilling it. Face. Yeah, it was perfect. Clarence Hill
there was a
typecasting.
It was really good. But the check was good. You're
still getting royalties.
I got paid. Okay.
Nobody repped Arlington more than you.
Got paid, baby. Yeah. Got paid.
All the football writers were in the baseball press conference for that movie that they filmed. I guess the Rangers were out of town.
The Rangers were out of town, so all the Rangers baseball writer was mad because it's a baseball movie at the ballpark in Arlington. There's a number of football writers in the press box because the baseball writer was out of town with the team, and so I'm there. Serene.
Ray Buck, I saw
Ray Buck and Goose. We all got prominent.
John McClane was in it.
Yeah. We are, of course. John McClane set it all up.
I was gonna say John McClane set it all.
Yeah,
up.
but it was a.
Were you in it? Were you there?
I don't know what happened to me.
It was too late at night. First of all, he go to sleep early. Okay, that was a long day because we had to. First of all, true story. Randy Quaid had broken up with some chick. And he was late. He was in Austin. He didn't drive up, and we were waiting hours for Randy Quaid. He was brokenhearted and sowing his oats in Austin, and it took him a while to get to Arlington. And so we were there from like 6 o'clock to midnight.
I think that's what happened. See, I think I was there.
Oh, you were with him?
And then I left.
Yeah. He was definitely like 6. It was like 6 p.m. to midnight. It was a long evening. But every time the movie comes on,
cha-ching.
Got a book and a movie. Now,
yeah.
What you got, Noah? What you got? You in a movie?
Hey.
Are you in a movie?
No. No.
Had to get a SAG card too. We got SAG cards, everything.
All Dennis Quaid needed to do was come see you in Arlington. You could have taken one of your little spots up there. And
Listen, I think I seen you there too. So stop it. Stop it. When you point fingers at somebody else, 3-pointing right back at you. That's what my coach told me.
Let's go to the
Let
game.
us talk about
There is a big game, right?
Run CMC. And the record for this team, 16-2. Since he's joined the 49ers. The 2 losses. One was to Kansas City. The other was the NFC Championship game against Philadelphia, and we know they did not have quarterback play in that game. Nick, they're a 4-point favorite in this game right here. Your thoughts?
Well, obviously, he's still they're still figuring out what he's going to do for that offense, and now they seem like they've done it. I mean, Brock Purdy too, like the combination of them, the receivers, all that. But I mean, it starts with McCaffrey. So he's only lost to teams that have made it to the Super Bowl, right? The Chiefs and the Eagles. He had to play some quarterback in that game too because of the injury. But no, I mean, he's dynamic. I mean, he does a little bit of everything, and it starts with him, I think, because he's averaging 6-7 yards every time he touches the ball.
Well, he leads the league in rushing, leads the league in total yards. He scored a touchdown in 13 straight games. So he is the guy. You got to control him. It's hard to stop him, but you got to control him. And, he's perfect for that offense, and that's why he's balling, and that's why they went out and traded those draft picks to get him.
And they did control him. Last game, the Cowboys controlled him. I mean, I had 30-something yards rushing. He had a touchdown, but they did control him. That's kind of the deflating part about that because they played really solid defense. They didn't let them kind of beat them with all their weapons, and they still didn't win.
Yeah, I mean, and to me, as I've been talking to Jock, people think the 49ers blew the Cowboys out the last 2 years. Like they were a level above, and they weren't. It was close games, both games, one-score games, and we've talked all week. It was funny because we're in the Mike McCarthy press conference there today, and naturally with the Cowboys media and all the questions. What you gonna do with McCaffrey? What you gonna do with Debo? What you gonna do with Ayuk? What you gonna do with Purdy? How you gonna stop? How you gonna handle Bosa? I'm like Mike, and certainly Dan Quinn said the other day. Well, we got matchup problems too. We got matchup problems. We like our matchups against them, but talking to Mike, certainly talking to DeMarcus Lawrence today, and certainly talking to Micah Parsons, they said the key to stopping the running game is tackle. Get in the backfield. You look at last year's game. Don't let them get upfield. Keep them going side to side. Get depth in the backfield. The Cowboys defense did that last year in that playoff game. And they stopped the run. And clearly you need to do it again. But they do have answers. They've shown that they have answers for them.
When you look at in terms of the answers, offensively is where the Cowboys in the last 2 seasons had the ball 3 minutes to go, could not get it done both times. How did they solve that? One thing I talked about on the Players Lounge is I'd like to see Brandon Cooks involved in this game. If Brandon Cooks and they can hit something deep, Nick, I think that's where the Cowboys can soften up that 49er defense a little bit and try to make this a different football game.
And it doesn't always have to connect. I mean, obviously it would be better if you did. Right. You did catch the ball, but I think you're sending messages by throwing it deep. And you can push people back. Sometimes you can get a call too. I think officiating is going to be a big deal, like it is in these close games like that. See how they call it. I'd like to see some shots down the field because I just like the way the tight ends. I like the way Ferguson's kind of coming into his own, but the middle will be even more open if you can get some of those. I think that's why Cooks is here. He's a 1,000-yard receiver for 4 different places, and he's doing that because for some big plays, and we just haven't seen it yet here. But I think this would be a good week to let it go.
16 yards, his longest reception for the Cowboys this year.
I think it's that would be great to get him involved, and he hadn't really been a difference maker yet. I mean, I had a big pass interference call in one game, but we haven't seen him go deep really and take the top off of defense. That's what they brought him here for, and so I think this is the week. Whether it's him or whether it's Gallup, CeeDee Lamb's going to get a lot of attention, and so when that happens, your other guys have got to step up and make a play.
Well, we know key factors in him not being able to go deep is they have not had the offensive line that they hoped to have. Give them time to really do the 7-steps drop. They were trying to get the ball out early because they were protecting the quarterback. Going back to Arizona game, you only got 3 starters out. Your first couple of games you got Tyler Smith out. I mean, you don't really have your guys to do some of the things you want to do. And Dak acknowledged today that they still got some bullets left in their holster. They have not
Go ahead, keep going.
They have not unleashed your entire offense, and sort of those are things you want to get to, be able to do some things. But, the good news, and we talked to Schottenheimer, they're spreading the ball around. I mean, yes, the first couple of weeks we've had this conversation here. What's wrong with Michael Gallup? Why not getting the ball to Michael Gallup? Was he not fitting this offense? Last couple of weeks, Michael Gallup's been a big part of this offense. So I think it's going to come. I think those plays are there. We're still 1 month into the season. Everybody's still getting used to this offense.
I thought it was fun. Was it your question to Dak about the offensive line, and he didn't want to answer it?
That was Calvin.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. It was
the other black guy.
Nah,
I'm just kidding.
Good.
But yeah, it was funny. You're right.
He just asked him about offensive line. He was just like, you hope to have Tyron back. If so, this will be the first time you have all your 5 starters in the game. And Dak didn't want to answer it. He goes, yeah, you said that a couple weeks ago. And of course, they got hurt like on Saturday and all that. So he's like, let's just see what happens on Sunday. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, that was going into the Arizona game when they thought
it was
Tyler was coming back, and you got Zach, and then he gets hurt, and then you got the center gets hurt in practice, and then then Tyron gets hurt on Saturday before the game, and like, whoa.
I mean, can we stop the Oklahoma drill out of practice? I mean, what's going on out there?
Did the Oklahoma drill call hamstring injuries for your offensive line?
I don't know.
It's one thing to rail about why are you doing one-on-ones because of Trevon Diggs, but it's
football.
It's hamstring. It's soft tissue injury with your offensive line, like they're sprinting.
I'm just kidding. That's twice that's happened to Biotis. His rookie year, same thing in pregame warmups. Playing the Steelers, Biotis got hurt.
Twice this year with the offensive line with Biotis and Tyler Smith, who got hurt in practice with a hamstring injury.
It's that explosive movement, bro.
You're going deep, throwing deep passes. Well, they're working on those plays with Chauncey Golston. They're maybe working on some of those plays.
Yeah, it's crazy, but the good news good news is you've gotten some of that out the way. They're all back. It seems like they're getting healthy at the right time. Tyler Smith, we talked to him today, and he's had his best 2 days since the injury, today and yesterday. I talked to some front office person. He really took a step in his rehab yesterday. Looked really good out there with Britt, and he was out there with full pass today.
Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith was out there with full pass today, and unsurprisingly, he did like a 3-minute interview. We talked to him in the locker room for like 3 minutes. I don't know, usually it's like 30 seconds. Okay, we talked to him like 3 minutes. And he just talked about how he feels good. And
3-minute interview?
Yes.
So, 24. 24 minutes in his career. That's awesome.
In his whole career,
his whole career. That's awesome.
But he talked about, and Jock was there, he just talked about, how he feels good, feels better. If he keeps continuing to make progress, he feels good. About ready to play, and you need him with Bosa, with that defensive line and the depth they have over there, and again to do some of the things you want to do on offense. Everybody keeps talking about the red zone. Part of the issue with the red zone is you haven't had your offensive line out there.
No.
So, just speaking of that, the practice report is in. Tyron Smith, full participant today.
Look at that.
Micah Parsons was limited today with a knee. Zach Martin, full participant. CeeDee Lamb, full participant. By the way, CD told us he'll be playing. Malik Hooker was limited, and Malik is dealing with a shoulder. Peyton Hendershot with an ankle, did not practice. Chuma Edoga with a knee, full practice. Then you got Rico Dowdle with a hip, full practice today.
Okay, good to go.
Good to go.
And Damone Clark with a shoulder was limited. So that's what you've got on the Cowboys.
That's the one I was waiting for, Damone Clark. Just because linebackers are so thin. They just don't have a lot of linebackers that they'll probably bring. I guess Malik Jefferson up again. If he's not partying too much from Saturday night.
Friday night.
Well,
Saturday
I was
night.
thinking the game Saturday.
No,
he'll be flying with the team.
Well, he's still going to be excited at win or lose. I mean, win, not lose.
Well, he's going to win. Yeah, he'll be excited. But he's going to be on the charter with the team. He's going to get in the room. I am going to the game.
Oh, nice.
Who's bringing your stuff in for you?
Stuff in? What do you mean?
Your stuff.
What does that mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your liquor.
Why are you such a hater?
I had to do that last time.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. So we're at the game. Do it.
Oh, God.
So, what are you talking about?
On the air? Is this really an on-the-air story?
I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing?
His contraband into the game because I got a media pass. He didn't have media pass.
What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
There's none of this has been in denial. It's a wide.
It's like why are you telling stories out of school?
I'll be on the plane.
Says the man who tells stories out of school.
I do not tell stories out of school on the radio, Doc Taylor. I'm not Nate Newton. I don't tell stories out of school on the radio.
I'll be on a plane to to San Francisco to get ready for Sunday Night Football on NBC, and I'm excited about that. When we come back right here.
I mean, it's
red
unnecessary.
zone.
Well,
Let's
I think
dive
the point
into the
was to
red zone.
embarrass you. So that was why it was necessary.
It's always it's like he likes to do
I
that.
just want to know who's going to take care of it.
Dog on dog crime.
Huh?
I think you're blushing a little bit.
You know.
We're back right after.
People like to hate.
DallasCowboys.com.
Why are you sweating?
It's hot in here.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of you and everyone else absolutely loving new smoothie bowls from Smoothie King. And woo, me too. These smoothie bowls start with acai and pitaya and are handcrafted with fresh toppings like sliced bananas, sweet berries, crunchy Purely Elizabeth granola, and a savory peanut butter drizzle. New smoothie bowls, only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. Hashtag be your own boss.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Media Mash.
Here we are in the Media Mash, Thursday, heading into Sunday Night Football, Cowboys, 49ers. Jacques Taylor, the author, is here. His new book, Coach Prime, The Making of Men, is going to drop on October 10th. We've got Nick Eatman, DallasCowboys.com, and we have former author.
Former? Is there such thing as a former? I mean, it's always the hate. You see how the hate comes? It always comes with a shot. It's unnecessary.
Jacques, you're working on another book right now.
But there's no such thing as a former author, though. Okay. I mean, your words matter.
That's true.
Your words matter.
That's true.
Your words matter. Yes, I am. Okay. Your words matter.
What is it?
Don't worry about it. It's secret.
You working on another book?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Me too.
You've already written how many? This is be number 3?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clarence is working on number 2.
It takes time.
Oh, yeah. What are we, about 5 years now? 4, 5 years?
No, not true. But he has time now.
Okay. All right. So,
talking about me?
Fort Worth Star Telegram. I mean, this guy just throwing
shots.
Right.
Time. That was a shot. I don't know if you got it. It's definitely throwing a shot.
You talking about it?
You know, we got Captain Petty right here. Randy Gregory cut by the Broncos. Sean Payton said they're going to try and trade him. Good luck trying to do that. For some strange reason, we have people on Twitter who are campaigning about trying to bring Randy Gregory back here. I was one of those who said no.
Just call David Hellman out by name. Just call former Cowboys employee David Hellman out by name.
Of those list of people, how many of them are actually here that cover this team here? That actually have to deal with it, because it's real nice and cute to be like, oh, Randy Gregory, why not throw him in there? Ain't my problem. Like, who here was covering the team wants is saying, yeah, this would be good.
Nick, that's a doggone good point about that.
Nobody's doing that because they don't want to. I mean, they don't want to deal with it. They don't, because it's.
He's a 30-year-old player who's not healthy. Played in 6 games last year, had knee surgery. Played in 4 games this year. Anybody seen that Bronco defense? It was bad. Gave up 70 points. Then he ended up getting benched on that team. For all the people talk about, one guy said, man, I miss all the sacks. I said, okay, the most he ever had was 6. Dante Fowler had 6 sacks himself last year. Armstrong had 8.5 last year. Between them not giving Randy turning down these 5 years, $70 million, they replaced him with Sam Williams, Armstrong, and Fowler, and they got more out of those 3 guys and paid them all less than him involved.
I interviewed Stephen Jones in his office yesterday.
Name dropper.
Well, okay, but he also answered the question. I asked about Randy Gregory, and he said that, we like the guys that we have. He said Sam Williams can't get enough reps, and we can't get enough for Dante Fowler and Dorrance Armstrong, and Micah doesn't want to give any reps away. So he's like, we've got an issue where we have right now. Wish him the best. He said all the things, but he also said we like the guys we have here. Really, there's no room for it.
And the bottom line is this. The Cowboys bent over backwards giving Randy all the opportunities and chances when they were with him. And when it was time to sign a contract, he let them down. He did what's best for Randy.
Which is fine.
But he let them down. He reneged on them. Why would they bring him back? We love you, appreciate you. Thank you for you doing what you work. We understand it was a business decision. Well, it's still business.
It all comes down to, can you play?
Well, yes.
Like, if he could still play, they would figure it out.
But he's never been healthy. He was hurt last year. If he can still play at a high level, now we want to go with the young guys.
You're right.
But all that, he's been a flash player. He's never had more than 5 or 6 sacks in the season. And everybody gets excited about the potential and what he was and what they thought it was as a rookie. He certainly had some flash plays when he was with the Cowboys, but he hasn't had more sacks than Dorrance Armstrong had in the season.
So he ain't never been what he was supposed to be, ever.
And again, you let me down. So listen, I forgive you. I ain't forget.
The Twitter fan
they passionate,
I got yesterday was, depth. He can help you there, and you can't have enough good pass rushers. Then once again, I bring up what did he do in Denver? They're cutting him off a bad defense for a reason, but you all think that he's going to come here and be some player that he never was. You all remember him like this guy was some Pro Bowl or something. He's not. This wasn't no DeMarcus Ware guy that left the building.
Listen, now we're not going to let our money get mad. Now, if there's an injury happen, then we'll consider it. You should consider it. If you need it. Right now, you don't need him. If he's still on the street and something happens to Dorrance or something happens to Dante or something like that, then it's obviously worth exploring. It's like everybody's been hitting me up about La'el Collins. Should they bring him back? He's on the streets. He got cut. And you have this guard issue. Tyron's not healthy. Should you move Tyler back to tackle and maybe bring in La'el to play guard? He was a good guard here. That's an option. If it's a long-term issue, that may be something you explore. But right now, they're not exploring it. There's no reason to.
I still see it happening, but okay.
No, you don't see it happening now as the team is currently constituted. But this is a long season. Long season. Anything could happen. Injuries. You see what happened to Diggs. Other players. Things can happen.
Here's another thing too. Randy Gregory was not a disciplined football player either. He wasn't. Obviously, off the field's off the field.
Mr. Offside.
But on the field, he
personal foul penalties, not just offside. Yes.
And they have that a little bit. They got
Sam.
Sam's kind of that way. Donovan Wilson has been that way. He hadn't had that. He's been hurt a couple of games. But I'm just saying they've got aggressive players, which is good in some ways. You also have to control it, and that's the thing. Randy was always hitting the second guy after getting pushed after the play. He'd hit 15 yards.
Do you recall the Ram game last year? He got in a fight through some punch after the game?
With Denver.
Oh, with Denver. Yeah.
And what we haven't talked about is the chemistry in the locker room. This locker room has good chemistry. The defense line is good. They like each other. That's another element that you really don't need to mess with unless you have to. Again, never say never. 365, all of this stuff. And just like Steven told you, we can't get enough reps for these guys. But if something happens, somebody gets hurt, then then we'll have a different conversation. But right now, they don't need to do it. Don't need to mess with it.
And then within that same Twitter conversation, somebody said, "No, I don't want him. Bring back Zeke."
All of that.
Hey, the fans are passionate, man. They got an emotional investment. That it is what it is.
Well, but I will say this: no one's saying, "Man, this team can't get to the quarterback." If they can only get to the quarterback, and a guy like Randy can do that, no one's saying that. They are saying they can't run the ball in the red zone. They don't. They're having some problems getting some short yardage situations. So here's a guy that maybe could do that. Zeke's with another team. I'm just saying, but
can we talk about playing another team?
No.
Okay.
But other than just saying he's with another team,
are they missing him? Do they miss a guy like that?
But
I think you need a hammer. I think that's something we've talked about several times here. They don't have a hammer in the red zone until they, Lumpke may be that, but he hasn't proven to be that.
Not yet. No,
they don't have a hammer down there, and that everything has. As I've said before, when you don't have a hammer and you don't have a mismatch outside, everything has to be perfect. The blocking has to be perfect. The pass route got to be perfect. The throw got to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect. There's no little margin of error when you have a hammer or mismatch, a Gronk or Dez who can just out-athlete somebody, or a guy that's a bully that can just run over somebody and create his own holes. Everything has to be perfect. And you look at and they talked about the red zone issues last week, and they had miscommunication. Dak and Tony running each other. There was holes there.
Huge hole.
They ran each other.
The tight end has to step up. The tight ends.
Somebody
has to
catch
step
the
up.
touchdown passes.
Exactly.
and that's one thing that Schultz. He was a good red zone target for Dak. He caught those balls over the middle. He caught, he made high-pointed some balls. You go back to that Jacksonville game, one of the most beautiful catches I've ever seen him make in the back of the end zone, high-pointing the ball. You need your tight end to catch the ball over the head and be able to make those plays. The Schoonmaker didn't do that last week.
And that's, as you said, that's a point of emphasis. They've got to fix that. You cannot afford to give away points this week.
Yeah. Well, they continue to go to 12 and 13 personnel all the time. They love doing that. They think that creates mismatches because you can run out of that. You can also pass. But if they're not catching the ball, then those tight ends aren't the ones that are just going to run people over. I mean, that's not what Hendershot is, Ferguson, Schoonmaker. They're not really that type of tight end. So you better be winning this other mismatch, and they haven't done that either. So, I mean, you're almost at a point now where you might consider a spread out Turpin, Tolbert type packages down there and try to do it that way. Because, I mean, just running over people is not happening.
One point of emphasis, and Rookie, can you help me? Was it Randy Quaid or Dennis Quaid that you got off the helicopter? Because y'all told me Randy Quaid.
It was Dennis.
It was Dennis.
Yes.
There's a big difference between Randy and Dennis.
Yeah, we said Randy. That's cousin Eddie from Vacation.
Yeah.
Right, y'all did say Randy. Okay,
I didn't want the quarterback from
Dennis is a star.
Who came off the
Randy is like a B star.
It was Dennis that was on the helicopter, right?
Dennis Quaid.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
It was Dennis.
Randy. Okay, yeah. Randy.
Yes, Randy's cousin Eddie from Vacation. That's not who we meant. Dennis, the quarterback from Any Given Sunday.
That's what I'm saying.
Can Willie Beeman took his spot.
Yeah, because y'all said.
Are you getting beat up on Twitter or something like that? Okay.
Because y'all tell me Randy. I just want to make sure because the people are killing me.
The things that matter the most, your Twitter followers.
Listen, it's something we talked about on the show as well. Let's correct it for our listeners, our watchers, our fans, our audience. It's about us as well.
I'm sure Dennis Quaid would appreciate being called Dennis and not Randy.
Luckily, we didn't approach him and say, "Hey, Randy."
Hey, Randy.
I don't think they're related, are they? I don't think so. I don't believe they are.
I don't know.
Let's take a break
and look that up.
Media Match. DallasCowboys.com.
Making sure. Oh my.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss Retail Stores. #Be your own boss.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together. And we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Media Mash.
Here we are, Media Mash, on a Thursday going into Sunday. Cowboys 49ers. 49ers 4-0. Cowboys 3-1. The Niners have knocked the Cowboys out of the playoffs the last 2 years. Joining us here is Jock Taylor. We got Nick Eatman. That is Clarence Hill of the Star-Telegram. And he's an author. Yes, he is an author. And I've just looked up the book. Yes.
Hey,
yes.
Troy Aikman, Game for Life.
Yeah,
Not Game of My Life, but Game for Life.
Yes, yes. Okay, congratulations, author.
When did that come out?
2019.
September 3rd, 2019.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Congrats.
Yes, man.
You get a copy.
Didn't I see one that's called Game for Life, John Madden? So it was like a series.
Well, Jock wrote a book called what?
Game of My Life, where I talked to the 20 greatest Cowboys and the best game they ever played with the Cowboys.
Yeah. This was commissioned by the Hall of Fame. I did it for the Hall of Fame. They were doing there was books on the Hall of Fame. It was commissioned by the Hall of Fame. But I'm sorry.
Congratulations.
I mean, just don't be a hater. All you.
I'm happy for you. Man, I hope it was a New York Times bestseller. I hope when I go to the Hall of Fame that I can go purchase it right
You
there.
can purchase it. You can purchase it right here. But I'm just saying, it's Hall of Fame children's book. It's okay.
Oh, children. You didn't say it was a children's book.
I'm telling
Nick
you.
asked you it was a children's book.
It's a children's book.
It's a children's book.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. Yeah,
that's all good. Hey, I'm telling you.
The check cleared. Cha-ching. The check cleared.
If I go one more, it's going to be a children's book.
The check cleared.
Is it?
That's the one that if I do another one, that'll be my next one. I'm gonna do a children's book.
I mean, Penguin Random House. It wasn't homespun.
No, Penguin.
It wasn't no homespun publisher. Okay,
that's big time.
Okay, so don't play with me. Don't play in my face, as the kids say.
Big,
don't play in my face,
no. For you, man.
Don't play on the top.
Yeah, I know. Penguin Random House. All the kids.
All I know is this. First of all, it's just actually nice to be on a podcast with other people, so talking to other people, which is nice. Nobody takes more shots than you. Like Steph Curry doesn't take more shots than you.
I just wanted the record so
you do realize if you do this show with him,
you have to. You better shoot.
Not only do you have to shoot. You shoot because you will be shot. So you better try and get yours yours up while you can.
Unlimited range
after you take it because he's coming. Okay.
That's right. Antoine Walker.
Okay.
He gonna make it about me.
This Isaiah Thomas. He's a assassin
wow.
who smile in your face.
Which one? Which one?
Zeke.
We know Zeke.
He's talking about Zeke.
The Pistons one.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't even know.
Bad boys,
We don't recognize the other one.
No, we do not. We really don't. We really don't. We really don't. What does Dak need to do to win?
Did you say this one? Did you just try to sneak that?
I did until you called attention to it.
If
you know, you know.
He needs to not turn the ball over for sure. I mean they can't do that. They can't give the ball away like that. And he's gonna have to. They have to score down there. I mean it's to me it's not really anything we haven't talked about. They will move the ball. They're good enough to move the ball. They've got to figure out ways to get down there and do that. And you said this earlier about last couple of years they had the ball with 3 minutes to go and all that. That's what they need to avoid. To me, they need to be the team with 3 minutes to go. Put Purdy on the field and let that defense do that thing. They need to have the lead early and play that way instead of here we go again type of mentality. To me, they need to be the one hitting in the mouth.
I like that. I think they have to be the aggressor and they have to control. Like
take the ball if they win the toss.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Control the game. And like the last 2 years, 2 years ago, I think San Francisco pretty much dominated them. They scored late. But last year, it's back and forth game. But they never felt like they were in control. They need to control the game. And if they can control the game, then all their best assets will be shown. And if they don't, it's like any other game. You're always trying to get to that spot.
Well, just like we talked on Jock Talk this morning. I mean, it's simple. don't turn the ball over. That's Dak's mission. You don't turn the ball over. You're in this game. You know, the difference in that game, I brought up to Dak today, was those 2 interceptions. You take those 2 interceptions away, you get the interception, the Diggs dropped, and people, you know, don't ever talk about that. They only talk about Dak's picks. They don't really talk about the interception Diggs dropped, you know, in that game. So Purdy doesn't have a lot of interceptions, but it's not like he hasn't had turnover-worthy plays. Their turnovers out there. You just got to take advantage of them. DeMarcus Lawrence said today, take the ball, take it away from him. That's what they have to do. And certainly Purdy has played great, but he's been in nice comfortable environments. He's always playing with a lead. He's always has a running game. He's never had to play from behind. He's never had to see him in a moment late in the game having to make plays. That's what the Cowboys need to do. But for Dak, this is redemption day. This is, you know, he talked about how personal this game was, how was his motivation throughout the offseason. Now, obviously, you can't get full redemption until the playoffs, but this is a moment, you know, where Dak has to play well and show people that everything they've done in the offseason, the offense, everything you focus on the offseason, can take hold.
He said that last year, though.
Well, he just got to do what he do, man, and he either good enough to get it done or he ain't.
Yeah, he said that last year. And they were mad last year about what happened the year before. But you know, it's still the source of motivation. It doesn't change the source of motivation. They have made changes, unlike last year. They've made concrete changes to how they do business, how they do offense, everything they do compared to the year before.
What's the definition of insanity? What they always say, you know, doing the same thing over and over, expect the same results. And at least they're doing that. At least they're saying this year we're going to do it differently. We're going to go in different.
I like Dak. I like what he's doing. I think he's got to use his legs more this game and be assertive about it. Go get your 10 yards, slide, go to the next play.
Move the chains.
Yeah.
And they moved, and you know, that's the dirty little secret about everybody criticizing the offense. They moved the chains against everybody this year. They have 16 drives of 10 yards or more than anybody in the league. They're the best team in the league on third down conversion. It's just when they get to the red zone, they have had problems. But they moved the ball up and down the field against very good defenses.
But we all agreed, like, what's the one thing Dak cannot do in this game?
Turn the ball over.
I mean, turn the ball, right?
Right. Interceptions.
Okay, right. And I say this because to me, it should be no secret that everybody knows that, including number 4. Everyone knows that. So it's probably not a coincidence that they're getting to the red zone and they're being a little bit more conservative. Those throws aren't really. Now, the one they did throw over the middle was picked, but they're being more conservative because they know they can't do that. I don't think it's a coincidence that they're trying not to throw the ball over the middle and turn over, and also they're kicking more field goals.
It's also that, you know, you can let your defense play.
Well,
so you can be conservative because
I think again, I think they've been. We've talked to Mike McCarthy about that, and he said yes, we've been more conservative because. Why should I do something? I know this team can't beat us unless we mess up. Yeah. Okay.
I know. That's 3 of the 4 games.
I know they cannot beat us unless we give them an opportunity to beat us. So that's part of it. You know, in the wins, because people complain about the offense and the wins too, not just the loss. I mean, they complain about they're not doing this, and they're being smart about it. But I think, but again, you cannot discount not having your offensive line. You cannot discount, you know, not having Cooks in one game. You cannot discount, you know, again, the things that we talk about. I can be more conservative if I got players I know can make plays down there too. I mean, I will be more, you know, aggressive when you got players who can make plays. Everything has to be perfect.
George Kittle is a guy that I still have a concern about. And I asked Tank Lawrence about it a little bit. He's like, hey, I don't watch tight ends. But we saw George Kittle last year be able to make some plays that helped impact this and help the 49ers win. Who makes sure that Kittle doesn't get loose? Is it Curse? I mean, who are we going to trust on it?
If this team's going to play with those safeties at linebacker, if they're going to play that way and give up what it's going to take, because I'm curious to see what happens there when those big guys up front try to, you know, attack the Marquise Bells, attack the Jaron Curse. But if you're going to play that style, then you better be able to guard tight ends as well. And so I think those guys are going to have to do that. Maybe they move a corner occasionally, but I don't think so. They got too many weapons. I think
that's Curse's job.
Well, that's
what he's here for.
That's what he's big safe. That's what he's here for. He races tight end. But you know. Again, and I like how you said Kittle had a big game last year. The Cowboys could have done something about one of the biggest play of the game.
Yes.
They could have done something about the biggest play of the game. The biggest play he made in that game, 3rd and 20.
Yes.
And somebody turned down a play. And then I keep harping on that because it's like Dak did not play well. Well, defense wasn't lights out either, because on that same drive when Diggs turned down the tackle on that tipped that ball that Kittle tipped, if he does anything, that's an incomplete pass off the field. That was the different score in the game. They score on that drive. Diggs also misses the interception. That's right in his breadbasket. But what I'm saying is
Diggs won't make a play again Sunday.
No, but what I'm saying is, because we focus on Dak and says Dak needs to be his best, but Micah needs to be his best.
Your best players.
Need to play their best in big moments, not just the quarterback.
Kicker too. Don't forget they could not make a kick
at
all. And
the pregame warm-ups and
that. I'll just tell you right now, there's going to be a fight in the pregame. There's no doubt there will be a skirmish. There will be a fight.
There should be.
There'll be something because those players still remember nobody's on the field except for kickers. Nobody's on the field. So Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel made a point to go out there and do that. And a lot of the players, Cowboys veterans, were like, when did this happen?
They don't even remember.
They didn't, because they weren't there. There's going to be something that happens. I promise you, there will be something, and that'll be great for ratings.
We will have
what channel is it on?
Channel 5, NBC. Sunday Night Football, also on Peacock.
We will have your front row seat.
I'll be somewhere not too
I saw you asking those questions to Michael about, you going to talk to my boy from NBC?
Does Newey talk like that?
You gonna talk to my boy from NBC, Rodney? You gonna talk to Rodney if you want to talk to you after the game? You gonna talk to Rodney?
Shots coming back and forth. I mean, that's what we do. You got to put up shots. Come back.
We need those ratings. You're gonna talk to Rodney Harrison if you want, because you've been ripping Rodney on social media all week. You gonna talk to Rodney Harrison?
When did Newey move to Lubbock? What is this?
I thought it was Palestine.
I just let this man embarrass himself.
Me?
Yes. I would just let you continue.
You gonna talk to Rodney Harrison?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. I'm talking to Tony Dungy first.
Who? Sniff.
2:30.
2:30?
2:30.
What time you get Rodney? What time you get Rodney?
If you wear your credentials, you can come out there with me.
What time you get Rodney?
Don't know. It'll be after the game with Rodney, so we'll see where he's set up at. And I actually did ask Tad. I said, Tad, will you make it happen? Because the question came about Micah and what he had to say about the whole Rodney Harrison, Zach Wilson thing. And so after he answered the question, I said, would you be willing to talk to him? Because he is going to be on the field, because they do that after all the Sunday night games. And then he gave a very thoughtful answer about why he would, and that he didn't hate Rodney. So I thought it was what you always like to talk about, following up. I just followed up.
It was a good question. It's all good. It was great for Michael.
You're attacking. You don't.
But you know what though? But let's be honest and let's bring it back full circle. The only way he gets to talk to him is what?
Cowboys win.
If they win the game. So win the game, and we'll have a nice little conversation with Rodney Harrison, and they can bring it up.
All right. You got any more shots before we end? Got a shot? Parting shot?
Cowboys win. How about that? Cowboys win.
Okay. What you got? We got thinking about it.
Really.
Well, I was trying to see what he said on Jock Talk this morning. I think he said about 1 point. So yeah, I was trying to make sure he wasn't playing both sides.
Okay.
I think San Francisco wins, but it wouldn't bother me if the Cowboys won.
I got the Cowboys losing by 4.
But I had it 24-20 San Francisco, so we're on the same boat.
All right. I know you've got your own
not
show.
There yet. I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm kind of going back and forth a little bit on it. So because I keep saying, have they done enough to be better than last year? But you're right. I keep thinking about that game. They were there.
They were
2
right.
years ago. They weren't better than them.
You know what, man?
But I think they were. And
what they did in the running game last year was very impressive.
I remember being in the press box, and as soon as Tony Pollard went down, I was like, "This game's over." I really said that.
Yeah. I remember being around.
Doing that, but I'm like,
saying that.
There's just no way. They don't have enough people to win that.
Because it was just CeeDee Lamb after that. That was the only playmaker you had left, and I think that's why Cooks is here. I think Turpin's got a bigger role. I think that they have a little bit more weapons to do that. So,
I think it's gonna be a great game.
I did too.
And they're better. That's 16-2. They're
better.
football
And Purdy's
team.
never lost a game. He's never lost a game.
I got him winning.
Well, it's time.
It's
time. It was crazy to me because listen, Purdy's done a great job. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not Tom Brady though. Okay, it's just like the start of the season when Jared Goff had this interceptionless streak. I don't know if you saw that going back to last year. The person that did no interceptions is Jared Goff, and they're like, Now he's at like 4.
Yeah.
You know, it's
You're
they
right.
come in bunches. It's going to happen. Purdy's not going undefeated. Purdy's not going to have no interceptions.
You're saying they're going to lose 2 in a row at some point?
I don't. Yes.
It usually happens that way.
It's going to happen. Why not now? Why not this week?
I like it.
Let's end it right there.
All right.
Brian Gumbo would say. Let's end it right there.
There you go. All right, Brian.
Clarence Hill, Mega Sci-Fi.
Brian got more hair.
Finest. Nick Eatman, the originator and ungraded DallasCowboys.com radio. My man, Jock Taylor, the author of the book Coach Prime. Go to Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, wherever you get your books. The book is Coach Prime, The Making of Men. It comes out October 10th. It's a fantastic read. I'm merely Newey Scruggs. We'll talk to you next week.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!